Was this the Ravens 2018 draft again? Is this the draft that will just put their Ravens to the next level? Will this be the draft that put them to Super Bowl? We're gonna discuss that and a couple of things more. Not regrading, but grading the NFL 2021 draft coming right out. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Sunny. Welcome to szg.sports. And if you have never been to this channel and you love Raven content, please subscribe now. Hit that bell so you know every time I go live. Every time I put a video. Usually, this video was gonna be recorded, but I figured, you know what? I've been watching film. I've been doing all these things. I barely slept, so let me just make sure. Instead of going through the edits, let me just go and do it. And I might read some of the comments. On Mondays, I take callers. And this Monday, I'm expecting a lot of you wanted to call, give your thoughts. So make sure 5 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 5:45 will be AFC North Talk, which will be lit. Go check that one out. Okay, let's talk about these drafts. So, Rashod Bateman. You guys know he was one of my favorites. I love Rashod Bateman. I love what he brings. I love intangibles. I love the route running. I love the hands. I think he ran sub 440, but I never thought he played like a 440 type of receiver. I think he definitely plays slower than what his 40 is, which I'm okay with. I'm okay because you know what? What I was looking was not at his 40. Was I looking at his route running, how he separates through the route, through the release, through how he makes contested catch, how sticky his hands. I think he's an A+. By the way, I have all my notes here, but you will see I'll read this for the other picks, but not for Bateman or Oweh. Bateman and Oweh, you can also see what were my thoughts pre-draft. I had nothing to hide. They're there. You can go back and check those videos. And again, shout out to everybody that will watch the replay. Shout out to the people that are watching the live, okay? Like I said, this is going to be a little bit different video. Usually these videos, I don't put them live, but this one I did. And thank you for the people that were with me round 2 and round 3. Like I said, that video was demonetized, but thank you for the people that donated throughout the live. Jason Oweh or Odafe Oweh, I think he is your prototypical boomer bust. My problem is a first round on Jason Oweh. That was always my problem. I understand maybe the Ravens want him in the second round, and they didn't have a second round pick. They didn't think the trades that they were getting were enough for trading back. I get it. I will still say Jason Oweh, in my opinion, a little bit of a reach. I thought, Jason Oweh, if he was more polished, maybe. In the running game, I think he's good. He possesses a lot. He's a great character guy. This is nothing against Jason Oweh, and I hope Jason Oweh makes me eat the words that I did based on the evaluation. But right now, what I see on tape, I thought he was not a first-round pick. I thought none of these edges. I said I can see Jalen Phillips, I can see Kana Kunipei, but not Jason Oweh and not some of the other ones. So in this case, I think Jason Oweh, I'm hoping he develops as a pass rusher because I love his story. I love what he brings. I love the character. You see this guy, you hear him in the interview, you love everything he brings. So I'm rooting for the guy. But what I saw on tape for Jason Oweh, I thought, you know what? I wanted a more polished guy for a first round pick. I definitely wanted a more polished guy. So, and a couple of people are like, oh, you need to go watch tape. I did. And I did pre-draft. And for me, I think it would be disingenuous if I go now and say like, oh, yes, look, oh, he's going to be great because of blah, blah, blah. I don't want to force me to say something that people want to hear. I don't want to force myself to be, like I said, not genuine. I want to make sure I'm always true to myself and to you guys. And I did say, I don't think he's a first round pick. Now, can he be sure? I think he is a couple years away for develop. And which is concerning. I still think they should bring a veteran, and then Jason Oweh can learn from him. Okay, now we go to day 3 of day 2, third round. Ben Cleveland. I was not super happy with this pick, not because of Ben Cleveland. I had not watched tape from Ben Cleveland. I did, and I have some notes here. But I will say that I still Jason Oweh, great for me. That pick was a C. A+ for Bateman, C for Oweh. Like a C+ type of pick. Ben Cleveland. So the thing is, and by the way, grades are based on where you pick the player at the time. Okay? So I still think they should have picked Quentin Mainers or maybe Elijah Molden, over Cleveland. So then Cleveland, here's where I'm gonna get some notes because these other players I have to go back and watch the tape. This is why I have not put any videos out there yet. Anchors well, hands. He's hard to move. He's 6'6", 354. He's a mountain of a man, literally. So he's not agile. It will be interesting as we love to pull the guards to see how he moves. Now, when he's in the open field, he moves fairly well. But when I say it's hard, when I was watching some of his tape, it was hard for me to see that versatility. Like Bozeman right now, Bozeman, he kicks out of the right. You guys know. I'm not the biggest Bozeman fan, but one thing he does well when he pulls, he moves well. He swings to the right side and he goes up blocking. Once Cleveland has some like he's out running, he's not bad, but that effort of stand, pull, that movement, it looks like it's not natural to him. It could be because they didn't do that as much, and he needs to work on it. But still, that was what I saw on tape for him. Strike hands really good. The dude has power. 6'6", but he does have power in those hands. Problem is needs the consistency to ensure the hand placement. Sometimes he didn't put the hands in the right place, and you saw some better inside guys getting into him because he weren't put. Remember, those hands need to go to the frame. He didn't lock them, so you can see some of that. But that also it's development. He needs to develop that a little bit more. Saw good things was passing the defenders, right? So you can see him when he was locking in, and then there was another guy. He would just push to the next guy or push to the center, and then he would grab the other guy. He was really good on passing guys. I thought this pick was a B+. I think you have your left guard. So right now, you think about it. What so far for 3 picks, you have 2 starters. szg. Oweh should not be a starter. It's gonna get a lot of playtime because we don't have a lot of edge rushers. So you have a rotational guy and 2 starters right away. Well, let's say this. They're not going to make Bateman day 1 starter. They're going to have Sammy Watkins there. But still, he's a potential starter during the season. Like I said, A+, C+, and for me, this is a B+ type of pick. Okay? So that's Ben Cleveland. And then we went to Brandon Stephens. Though Brandon Stephens, I didn't watch the tape. It was hard for me to even find any games for SMU that I can watch. So I would say for what I saw, I watched some highlights. I watched like a video here or there. This is not going to be super in-depth for Brandon Stephens. So what I watched for him, I think this is a pick for next year. I like his agility. I like his athleticism. Obviously, he converted from running back to corner, and he was pretty good as a corner. And the thought is they're going to convert him to a free safety. Well, think about this. This and there's another one that is a next year move, maybe 2 of them. There were more next year moves. But in the case of Stephens, if he becomes a free safety, he has a year to learn. So he will be more of a special teamer year 1, and he has a lot to learn for year 2. There's both of our safety can be either cut or they are not on the contract next year. Think about Joker's not on the contract next year, and Clark may be gone. So you're going to keep one of those. The other one is going to be a free agent. The thing or the thought is you can slide this Brandon Stephens as a free safety. The other one can come in a little bit more and be more a strong safety, where both of them excel, both of our safeties. So look, again, I didn't watch a lot of tape from him. It was very hard for me to find the tape in this short amount of time. I would call this a B, solid B. Not a player that's going to be in this rotation of corners, or maybe not even the rotation of safeties. He's just going to be a good, and I think he has all the traits to be a good special teamer, a gunner. So I can see him being a gunner. And then next year, hopefully, he can be a free safety. And for year 2 can be a starting safety. That's a big win, because I think third-year guys usually are not started by year 2. Okay, so then we go and we pick one of my favorite players that we picked, Tylan Wallace, 5'11", 193, pick 131st. Lamar Jackson getting some weapons. He's definitely getting some weapons. In the case of Tylan Wallace, I love this dude. And it was funny because after we picked him, I was watching it live, and I told my YouTuber, we have a Ravens YouTube group, and I said, like, he gives me strong Steve Smith vibes. and he does. He ran mostly deep routes. Needs to learn more routes. He was used when I saw some bubble, some go route, maybe some post, and some of the read options. He was there either in a out or a like a curl or like a shallow curl route. So you know what? He needs to learn more routes, but still, it I don't think it's like a boy can step up learning routes, because what I saw, his cutting in and out was very good, very fluid. That break in, break out. It wasn't like he was thinking about it, right? That's when receivers you can see like, oh, it's not good. They're overthinking. They're looking slow. He's not super fast, but he doesn't look slow because of his running ability. Hands are great, and you know what? And I'll say this again: for me, receivers, what I want from receivers is not to let the ball come into their chest. Keep that ball there. That's what this dude does. He doesn't let that ball come into his body. He doesn't, and that is critical for receiver. Gets the ball, snatches it, secures it, and brings it down. Marlon Humphrey has one of the reasons he's so good. All these receivers letting the ball come into his chest. Marlon just puts it between the arm and the chest and puts the fist there. And because they let the ball come in, boom, batted ball, right? You making the corners life easy. This dude does not make the corners life easy. Okay, great catch radius for his size. Goes and gets the ball. Looks like a 50-50 guy, even with the size. And Steve Smith used to do this. Steve Smith was a 50-50 guy at 5'9", but he's bigger than 5'9". But if Steve Smith did it at 5'9", right? And this dude can do it. You can see contested catching to contested catching. When I went to watch some of the games, which are very, by the way, OSU, very Oklahoma State University, very fun team to watch. It's all about passing, passing, passing. If you love offense, he is amazing. Now he needs to learn again a couple routes more. He can definitely be another outside guy. Great pick. This was a steal. He has great vision, which allows him to get the yak. So the yak didn't came out, in my opinion, because he was overrunning, or not overrunning, outrunning people. No, it wasn't outrunning. It was vision. Catch the ball. Where's the open space? That's where I'm gonna go. That's where I'm gonna try to put my second gear. His second gear is not super fast, but he was able to create yak because of his vision. Really good vision. Big play guy. I think this is a not an A plus, but a solid A pick. I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. After watching his tape, I was excited. Bear with me again. A lot of notes. Then we go Shaun Wade, 6'1", $194. So Shaun Wade. So in the case of Wallace, I think he's gonna be part of the rotation. Maybe not day one, but I'm excited. Think about that. Let me talk here for a little bit for receivers. Sammy Watkins, he's a patch. So the guys are not needing to learn right away. But Bateman eventually will take Sammy Watkins' role. And now you're going to have Hollywood Brown, and you're going to have Wallace behind those two. And he's going to be more of an outside guy. Then you have Duvernay and Prochet in that slot. Boykins is another one for the outside, but he looks like right now the odd man out. We'll see. Maybe they kick him inside. Maybe they make him a tight end. We'll see what happens with Boykins. But the weaponry for the receiving side looks really good for Lamar Jackson. Running backs are also very good for Lamar Jackson. Anyway, Shaun Wade, 6'1", 184. This dude was really good in 2019. It was very crappy. I know you have heard that a lot. And we even talked about it in the AFC North talk last week. He's not for the outside, but yes for the inside. And this is another pick for next year. Think about it. Our best slot corners always hurt. He's always hurt. So the idea, and he got paid. So the idea is, as we are going to be extending Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, maybe Hollywood Brown in the near future, where are you going to be shading money, right? And there's other defensive players that either need to be resigned or you need to replace him, like Campbell and Big Baby, right? So saying that, this is a next year pick. This is another guy that I'm expecting he's going to be a special teamer, maybe the other side gunner. And with that learning and potentially starting this year in the slot, if he can pick the NFL game quick, from our guy, Young. Young, I love him, but injuries have just derailed him right now, and he has not been able to play as much. Still young, but The injuries are not good for him, and we paid him. So I can see the Ravens moving for young is Shaun Wade can pick it up. I don't think they want to keep moving Marlon to that slot. They want to keep him on the outside. Marlon Humphrey's a hell of a corner, but the slot, not his best rate. I think he's better on the outside of the slot. But anyway, great blitzer also from the slot or from the outside. He finished, great tackler. Locates the ball well when he's in the air. When he was playing the slot, he can battle the ball. Great tackler, great finish. He can keep up with speed. This dude is athletic. This dude has all the potential. He has all the size. He has everything that you want from a corner. That's what you see from this guy, Shaun Wade. I was surprised that he fell so much, right? I thought he was going to be a late third, right? It's actually where we were picking. So I was surprised that he fell. I thought this was a great pick. A great pick. Again, this is a pick for next year if Young is healthy. If not, maybe he can play this year. But for sure, next year, in my opinion, you can see Shaun Wade being your slot corner moving forward, and you letting Young go because of injury history. So B+, I thought for where you found it, for where you got it, amazing pick. Okay. So here you go. Daelin Hayes. Let me create a pause here. Shout out to everybody that is watching live. Again, this is a different live video because usually I record this video, but I want to make sure you guys had time, and I didn't have to spend time. I think between 3 days I had 14 hours of sleep, maybe total 12 hours. So thank you everybody that is joining here. Daelin Hayes, I think is how you pronounce the last name. Outside linebacker, 6'3.5", 261. Now, he looks pretty good. One thing I will say, this dude has been in college for a minute. And I would have thought he would have been more polished than he is for the time that he's been in college, okay? I will say that right now. Good in coverage for an outside linebacker, right? He plays like an outside linebacker, so he gives you that vibe of Tyus Bowser. Not all outside linebackers can go back. This dude not only can go back or cover back and maybe play in a zone coverage scheme, he actually does it well, right? He's not like, oh, I'm going to drop back for the sake of dropping back. You can see him looking at the quarterback. If he had to cover and pass somebody along in the zone coverage scheme, you can see that from him, which is good. He needs to work on his hand placement. He leaves the hands too low. And I think one of the things is when he's rushing the pass, he stands too tall, in my opinion. And so now he's trying to put the hands lower, to try to get to the chest of the tackle. And you can see tackle's not letting. He has the size. So it's not because of lack of size. So he needs to just get more technique, more technical sound, more fundamentals. He was good against the run. He was good setting the edge for what I saw. By the way, I saw maybe a game for all these guys. It wasn't like I went for a bunch of games. A couple of them, I watched like a game and a half because, it's not like I had time in the world to just sit there and watch a bunch of tape for each. But anyway, he seems very good to setting the edge. So great pulling back, great setting the edge. And setting the edge will be important in our division. Think about Cleveland, how good their running backs are. Think about Pittsburgh. They just got Najee Harris. And even think about the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Mixon. Setting the edge is critical for the guys that are going to play. So these two linebackers, outside linebackers we got, they're really good at setting the edge. They're really good on the pass in college. They just need to translate that into the NFL. Great motor, always working, never giving up on the play, and needs to keep the needs to keep, I think, the lighter frame. I don't think he should put any more LBs. I think he is kind of like Tyus Bowser, more just muscle built. They need to work on the passing rushing side, which I don't know if he can. Again, I would have thought that he was going to be more polished. It's not like he's bad. And he has some technique. I saw him doing the spin. I saw him doing some of the bull rush. Didn't see him bend when I was watching him, but you can definitely see some of the attributes for him as a pass rusher. But my point is, Odafe we talk about him. He's been playing for 5 years. This dude, I think he played in college for 4 years. So obviously he played for a while. And you wanted to see more polish out of him. He needs to work on his technique. It's one of the reasons he's a 5th rounder. But I can see him being part of the rotation, possibly. Although my hope for the Ravens is they sign 2 linebackers, 2 outside guys, Houston and Gary, and then he can become more of a project for next year. A solid B. Obviously, also he can continue in special teams. So that's good. That's good for his making the team. Now, my surprise pick, Ben Mason, because I don't know what they're going to do with 2 fullbacks. Obviously, you cannot bring both of them. Pat Ricard is a free agent next year, so obviously that's interesting. The question is, Pat Ricard is 3-point-something onto the cap this year. I'm assuming he will want a little bit more money in the following contract. This feels like a guy that if they picked him to be Pat Ricard's replacement, they oddly were 42. They oddly, both of them are two-way players. I barely watched film from him, so I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I said like, oh, I watched and dissected this dude. But what I seen for him, he gives you all the Pat Ricard vibes. Lighter than Pat Ricard. I mean, Pat Ricard also a mountain of a man. What I can see happening is Ben Mason to be the guy to replace Pat Ricard. This is another pick 1 year in advance, right? Next year, maybe Ben Mason. Obviously, he's going to be cheap. He's a 5th rounder. You have him for 4 years, and you take Pat Ricard and say, yo, sorry, but, we had to let you go. He can go sign with somebody, and you can keep Ben Mason. I think that was the strategy behind this. And I said this on day 2 of the draft. I said, like, we're going to pick a Michigan guy. Where's it going to be? My guy from Berlin BS, he was talking about Nico Collins. Like, nope, Nico Collins is not a great receiver. I'm glad that was not the second receiver we took. But anyway, Ben Mason's an intriguing prospect. We'll see. I don't think he's going to be a D tackle at all. I think when they announced him, they announced as a tight end. He's definitely a fullback. Can he play a little bit tight end? Maybe a little, but that's not what you want him to. What you want him to is fullback. We have a really good fullback, so I think is taking Ricard next year. I know a lot of Pat Ricard fans out there, Project Pat and all that, but I think he might be gone next year, and that's where you're going to see Ben Mason. Unless Ben Mason, we see him in practice and like, this kid is way off. Let's keep Pat Ricard, okay? That's my grades. I think last 2, I said B for Hayes, and then for Mason, I would say Mason also like a B-, B, solid B. Great draft for the Ravens. The only critique one that I have was that Odafe Oweh. Again, it's not because of bad players, because he's not ready. I like my day 1 players to be ready to play right away. And I thought the Cleveland one, I could have seen them going another direction, especially Myers, the center. And Myers could have been their 1 center, and then you just have Ben Powers, Bozeman, and some of the others battle to the left guard, or even Ben Cleveland could have been there. So, but still, Ben Cleveland's a good pick. Like I said, that's a solid B for me. Okay, that's it for this video. Overall, I think the Ravens draft class is a B+, A- type of class, which is amazing. Also, we collected picks for next year, so that's always good. Thank you for watching. Let me get some of these chats here, and then with this, I'm going to let go. No calls today, but I'm going to have callers on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you hit that bell. Shout out to everybody that is watching the live stream. Young T. Ty says, look, I get teams didn't need linebacker this year, but Parson and Bolden were the best 2 pure linebackers in the draft, in my opinion. Tylan Wallace, my favorite pick in the draft. Okay, he's good. Wallace is a B to me. We did not need him compared to needing a tackle. I agree with that, Garnett. Let's get it. Good morning. Colombian Raven, shout out to you, man. I finally catch it live. Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy you catch this live. Let's get it says Wade is a great in the slot. I agree. William Brown says Stevens is a free safety with corner cover skills and a running back. I agree. So I think he's a year away, right? I think this is a next year pick for him to be impactful, which is great as a 3rd round pick. Izana says, by the way, Sonny, have you checked out Darius Washington. Darius Washington was an amazing pick. I'm absolutely stunned that he went as an undrafted guy. I agree. I thought he was a day 2 pick right away, either late day 2 or early day 3. He was one of my guys in the draft. I love them. I love Washington pick. Benji, hi man, thank you for watching. We even got 2 undrafted guys to right tackle. The guy from Oklahoma, he is very raw, but you can see him, being a good player in the future. So expect him to be more of a guy that you make him practice squad guy, maybe next year competing. Lillard, 93. Darius Washington's a steal. I agree. Now, before I go, make sure if you just want to help this channel, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and give me comments. I want to see what is your grades. What is your grades for this draft? Not necessarily in the live chat. I will have seen it in the comment section. Please do so. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will come back tomorrow, right? Tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching. Take care, guys. Peace out.